Very fast. So this is my NGRS SCAR H by Tokyo Marui, and it's one of the newest airsoft toys added to my armory, if you will. And I finally fielded this thing, and I wanted to give you my thoughts, as I always do. In this case, it would be for indoor, so just keep that in mind when we talk about it. But before we start, we need to confirm that this is an airsoft toy. It is not real. If I go like this, it is a toy. Look, nothing's coming out. Empty magazine. Put that in, and toy is unsafe. So, tip to butt, let's go. So first we have our muzzle device, and it is 4 inches long. And that means this thing is pretty long. It's about 13 inches. I don't run it with the 16-inch barrel extension to make it super long battle rifle, because in Japan spaces are tight, so I want to try and get this thing as short as possible. So when I was in indoor, I was using a 4-inch suppressor, and it made a good look. It kept it long enough, and it was fine. And I think the size is okay. The handguard's about 9 inches or so, and I'm able to grip it really nicely, similar to an MCX. So let's move on to the flashlight, just the normal replica Surefire that I throw in all my rifles. And then you just have a light switch on the side here for easy access. And then I have my little stubby Tango down grip, so I can do a nice little C-clamp or half C-clamp kind of thing, or grip it if I have to, if I'm tired. So it just works out pretty nicely. Then over here we have the short version of the charging handle by Lilacs, and it was painted black because it only comes in DE. And this prevents me from getting scar bite, getting in my way of slings and stuff like that. It is much more durable because it's made of aluminum. So it's a lot easier to maneuver the rifle and not get caught on things like your sling or your kit if you do, stow the weapon. So magazine, I run 20 round magazines because it's 308, so I just run them in 20 B bays. It feeds all of them, so you don't have to do 24. You actually just do 20 and it'll feed them all. So that's really cool, and I like it a lot. Bolt catch works, all that. In the gearbox, we do have a Titan, as you've seen from the response of this thing. It's a lot better than stock if you saw the unboxing video. Just straight up. Very fast. Very, very nice. Very, very loud. Very, very clanky, and I like it a lot. The recoil actually feels really nice too. Find that wall and just... My battery's dead, but anyway. But yeah, battery was kind of low, but you can see the response is really, really great. These magazines are kind of hard to reload. I've kind of thrown them around everywhere, so you can kind of just break them a bit. But once you just get some pliers, fits right in, throw some silicone oil, you'll be good to go. Reloads aren't too bad. You kind of just do the little Modern Warfare 2019 thing, and it'll be fine. You can do the Modern Warfare 2 reload. Don't have to rack the charging handle. Just be careful with the button. Press it down nice and firmly, nice and gently, or you will break it, so just be careful with that. That was one of the initial issues with this thing that I had. A2 grip still kind of, leaves a lot to be desired. I might change this out for some PTS grip because it's just a little bit thin for such a chunky boy. I'd rather have something that's a little bit more durable and a lot more grippy, so I might be changing this out. Stock is okay. I changed out the button here to the Lilacs button, the hard button, because the stock one does break. It's been known to break a lot, so with our new Titan wiring in here, you kind of have to be careful when you're pinching this thing through, and then you just get that nice Lilacs hard button, and it's not gonna break, just like that. Sling point, I did plan to put it on the side here, but actually it's better here. 1, 2, because the way the stock is a big UGG boot, so it kind of gets weird to maneuver it around when you have the sling wrapping around this big UGG boot. So just have them both on one side, so it's a lot better this way. Stock is, it's whatever, it's mid. We get a nice cheek riser if you do need it. If you have like a really fat face gear or something like that, it's really easy. And of course we have our EOTech on here because it's just goddamn cool. So what do I think about the SCAR H? After using it in CQB in a tight environment, I will say it is a solid platform. It's mostly like a long little rectangle, so it's actually a lot easier to maneuver than you think. And the UGG boot isn't as bad as you think either. I will say the stock version of this airsoft toy is horrible. You have parts that can break pretty easily, pretty, functional parts, and the system locks up a lot. So I would recommend you just put a Titan in here and get this thing great off the bat. That's all you really need to do after that. Motor's fine, don't need to. I'd rather have this thing be a little bit lower rate of fire because it is a 308 in theory, so I'd rather have it like that. Plus I run it with 20 round magazines, so I have to kind of play my shots a little bit better. From a gameplay perspective, I want this to be one of the more accurate rifles I have, with that 20 round magazine limitation. So that way, you know, I have something that can beam people and do well, but I have to think about how much ammo I have, right? As opposed to having something like a 416 that's shorter, but it has 30 rounds, or my URG, it's a lot faster, but it has 30 rounds, but this one will be a little bit slower rate of fire, you know, and you have 20 round magazines. So what I might end up doing is putting it a tight bore and like a purple lilacs Prometheus, just make this thing beam all the way up to 40 meters. So that's what I'm thinking to do. Magazines can be a little bit cumbersome, but you do get used to it over time. Just make sure you have those little flexi mag pouches. You'll be able to fit them in your plate carrier, no problem. It is probably one of the more weightier guns, but I think that just depends on how you hold it. If you hold it from here, it's very heavy. But if you just C-clamp it properly, you just have good balance. You have the stock properly on your elbow. Pretty maneuverable. I think it's, you know, very similar to my MCX or something like that. You know, it seems like it's a difficult platform, but it really isn't. But anyway, guys, that's all I got to say about the SCAR. I really like this thing. It's iconic, and I hope to give you guys more gameplay in the future.
Eyes on that door. Okay. Hey!
I can't see it from blind. I'm blind.
Oh, careful. Oh, K's on. You see him? Watch my back. One down. Someone? I'm watching your front. Staircase.
Over your head.
Reloading. Gonna re-index. Okay, I'm good.
Don't worry. I got left. Get on the front. So get on the front. Go ahead. Go. You push. I got you. I got shadow. Ooh.
Friendly.
You got friendlies on the right, on the left.
I'm okay.
Down.
Staircase. Staircase down?
Yeah. Staircase down.
Okay. Move.
Pushing.
On the end there?
Right there. Put it on.
Gotta rotate him.
Go. On the door.
Down. I flanked them. We're clear. Stack up on me. Past the stairs, on me. Taking this room. Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded, ready to rock.
3, 2,
Punch it.
clear.
Check.